Saggy baby, you know how I feel about you. This is going to be your finance and career, August 2020. Holler at your boy. Got some Palo Santo going. Was kind of, I guess, meditating a little bit in regards to the back end of the remaining signs that I got to read for. And I guess I just got the sense that, like, yeah, you guys are important. I got some of this fire flower, sage or something. Like, you guys have an important role to play in whatever the hell's going on. This is the company. Sage Smudge Kit JL Local. So, sweating like a stripper in church right now. Let's see. Sag. Let's get an overall energy. Okay, pump the brakes, Sag. In regards to finance and career, you might have a new opportunity that you're coming across, but you're being advised to pump the brakes. I know you might not want to be hearing that. Or maybe you could look at it this way, like if you've been hustling hard and busting your butt, take a little chill pill. We are in Leo 5th house, leisure and play. Here's your Sag energy right here. Jupiterian expansive energy. Interesting fact that I came across, not for nothing, but the story of the Sphinx is supposedly supposed to be the top of the head is Virgo and the back end of the Sphinx is Leo the lion, and that's supposed to tell the story of the Virgin Mary giving birth to Christ and Christ ending up becoming king, and Leo's the king of the jungle, all that stuff. That's what I heard. I don't know, whoever that's for out there that's listening to this, you might want to look into that. But in regards to I did see the Page of Cups here. Pumping your brakes with the Knight of Swords in the reverse, Saggy baby, but at the same time, spinning that wheel. If you've accrued and accumulated good karma, you should have nothing to fear but fear itself, in which case I always like to preach that love always conquers fear. Even if you've been a douchebag, you could always turn a new leaf and make amends. That Wheel of Fortune, right next to that Page of Cups, is in regards to the mystique. The Page of Cups is featured talking to a fish popping out of that cup. So, he's on the fish phone, as Ramblin' Mike would call it. And, he's talking to the other side, or he's doing something out of the usual and out of the norm. So that's what's up. Don't be afraid to tap into that inner weirdness, Sag. I know you guys could be kind of all over the place, so I'm sure you're not completely averse to that. After all, you're watching a financial read that's based off tarot. So dive into that, lean into that. The Knight of Swords in the reverse gives me the sense that it's pumping the brakes in regards to being enthusiastic about external offers versus spinning the wheel on the mystique, on the mystical experience side. So it could be that Spirit is advising that you pursue out of the ordinary means of finance and career. Maybe there's something that you've been curious about dabbling in. Obviously, it's kind of like a cliche at this point to tell you how to spend your quarantine learning new things and taking new approaches to finance and career. I'll keep on telling everyone this, though. It's not the strongest and the smartest, but it's those that are willing to adapt the best that will to this current given climate and circumstance that will be successful, coming out of this 2020 year. That being said, coming out of a defensive position, okay, having to defend the mountain with the Seven of Wands in the reverse. This is Leo energy, so fitting that we are currently in Leo season. coming out of it. 7's a spiritual number. All numbers are spiritual numbers, but 7 is, having to do with literally spirit, the side of, the soul and esoteric. So keep that in mind. When the 7 of Wands is in the reverse, I think you're able to put your guard down. You're able to find some sort of resting point, and I think that's what Leo season kind of represents for you. I know we do these forecasts by the month, but really, truly, you're doing it by the season and what's represented by the ruling planet in the house. And Leo in the 5th is fun in the sun type energy. So, Spirit, highest possible messages for Sagittarius. August 2020, Leo season, and then I'm assuming the back end of August is Virgo season. Virgo being somewhat of a humanitarian, detail-oriented, willing to be of service to others, analytical. Some say the only female zodiac sign in astrology. Kind of poignant, as it might commence the starting of the tale of the Virgin, Virgo, from Alpha to Omega being Leo the Lion. So this is kind of like one full season of maybe an epic tale that you could be kind of being reborn into, Sagittarius. If you believe in that kind of thing, I think this would be ripe for the picking, to be able to pick up that pen and write that narrative, for whoever this message is resonating for. Because it's not for nothing that Sphinx is at the top of that Wheel of Fortune. Again, the head of a human and the body of a lion. Head of a human, Virgo, body of the lion, Leo. So if we're in Leo season, we're at the end of one cycle. Wheel of Fortune being, spinning that wheel, that cycle, that circle. So that's concluding. And now we're about to start this whole, great big other next chapter of the epic. We have the Hierophant in reverse and the Page of Wands in the reverse. Hierophant is easier, read than done. It's carving out your own tradition, your own path, trailblazing your own path. I know your fellow, cousin fire sign Aries is awesome at doing that. So maybe you want to, and typically speaking, Sagittarians, being a mutable sign, kind of adapt greatly. So I don't see that as being an issue with you guys. But you march to the beat of your own drum, right? Just try not to be annoying about it. You guys are very charismatic, outgoing. Obviously, this whole quarantine situation, you're probably, getting antsy, wanting to travel and move around and stuff. But, you'll find other coping mechanisms. Just have them be healthy coping mechanisms to your travel bug. This is carving out your own tradition and path here, maybe going against institutions, marriage, pre-existing structures. The Page of Wands in reverse, not as clear to me when I read. The pages are very, kind of surface level messengers, not as engaging as the knights in the decks. I could read that as, not having the proper enthusiasm needed to kickstart something. The Page of Wands in the reverse, especially in this deck, usually with the Tattoo Tarot, maybe I could find a way to read it. But with this Page of Wands, I kind of get the sense that this person is like triple dark, like not knowing, that they don't know, what they don't know. Whoever we're referring to, I'm assuming you, Sag. So, before being quick to burn bridges, understand that there are spheres and realms of information and insight and knowledge and knowing and just sheer life experience. You could be on a spiritual path, but if you're, let's say, a 40-year-old versus a 20-year-old, there's just going to be certain life experiences that the 40-year-old has encountered that the 20-year-old hasn't, and vice versa for that matter. But kind of just knowing that, you know, inherently as humans, we're not going to be able to necessarily run around the truth here. And whoever that's for, I'm not sure why that came out that way, but I think it's fitting because of that Wheel of Fortune as well. So, yeah, Spirit. A lot of cards in the reversals, a lot of internalized energy, internalization work here, Sag. Inner knowing here with the King of Swords. This is, I think, kind of beating a dead horse, giving it a rest a little bit, walking away from a project or a certain expectation, and kind of just letting it go, letting it come into a term on its own time. With the Seven of Wands, this gentleman is, you know, kind of beleaguered over the, you know, turnout of his efforts, and you know, so give it a chance for breathing. I could also read that Seven of Pentacles in reverse as a Six of Pentacles in the upright, so you could be putting out too much and expecting too much in return. So feel free to cut out those services and or practices and actions, especially in regards to finance and career. Spirit, specifically, anything for finance and career, highest possible messages for Sag. Guys, I'm going to do love readings after this. That's the next group of readings that I'm going to want to do, and I'm going to try to drastically reduce them. I'm going to try to keep them to about 5 minutes. I have a hunch that that's like the optimal maximum viewing time, especially for people over on YouTube. Speaking of which, if you're watching this on Instagram, please feel free to run over to my YouTube, Run and Gun Tarot, and you know, like, share, subscribe. And likewise, if you're on YouTube watching this, go over to my Instagram, Run and Gun Tarot. Also, website link below as always. It's all the readings that I offer. Patreon members get reduced rates. All my links, social media is on that website. Yeah, so many reversals. Queen of Cups in the reverse. You could be being perceived as cold or callous or not in touch or tapped in emotionally. I'm not sure why that is, but right behind that is the Ten of Cups. So it's all the potential for emotional bliss and harmony and satisfaction. But you could be kind of trying to get to a healing point. In some regards, I'm trying to keep my mind's eye focused on the fact that this is for finance and career. So, you know, you could be thinking about switching careers. Let's see what we got. Yeah, a lot of in the reverse here. Wanting to go your own direction, but not really knowing how to go about it. I'm getting Sagittarius. So you're gonna want to. The answers are within you with this King of Swords in the reverse. You're gonna want to tap in. Because we're all kind of born with the internal tradition, right? And I think that's what the Wheel of Fortune speaking to the mystique of the Page of Cups. You know, I think it'd be easy to bypass the Page of Cups energy, but really, truly, they are onto something. So whether it is, you know, taking notes of your dream states and being conscientious of the message that the subconscious is trying to come across here, and this is what the Four of Swords is speaking to exactly. You might not be doing the proper jumping out of the matrix work that's required of you that necessitates this Ten of Cups fulfillment. Okay, if there's a checklist of requirements needed, dreaming big, achieving your financial and career dreams and aspirations and goals, you need to do the meditative work as well. That's a part of the program. You need to jump out the matrix, whether it be through meditation and or getting proper sufficient in the amount of duration, or I frankly call it sober sleep, because I think people take for granted drinking and smoking weed. Those affect your REM sleep cycles. So if you're going to have a takeaway message of something that you could practically instill, you know, clean, happy, healthy, sober, good amount of time, you know, required and necessary sleep. Really, truly. I know that sounds simple, but people take it for granted. And this will help reveal this fork in the road that you might be encountering. Okay, that's what I got. I'm running out of time. Holler at your boy. Love you, Sag. Peace.